Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Boy Behind the Door, a new Shudder horror thriller, and boy do they deliver again. And this is from first-time writer-directors David Charbonier and Justin Powell, as they tell the story of two young men, and two boys, Bobby and his friend Kevin, who are kidnapped and taken to a stranger's house in the middle of nowhere. Bobby's trapped in the trunk. They bring Kevin into the home, and the whole film is about Bobby trying to help his friend and get the hell out of this situation. And it's a very, this is high concept. This is the movie. It's confined to this space. It's in this home. Around the outside of this home, it has that kind of vibe of Don't Breathe, except even compared to that, this feels like the kind of thing like Blue Ruin, where it's a stripped down, no frills, just here's the idea, here's the story, and just go full blown to it. And it's so well crafted. Charbonnier and Powell do such a great job of directing this film, building tension, building suspense, keeping you on your toes. It has a good pace to it. This is a 90-minute film. From a script perspective, it does lean a little more on the film Don't Breathe, where I felt like that movie was just 10 minutes too long. It was trying to reach felt like it was reaching a certain runtime, and just we need to add a couple more things in here to just pad out the runtime. This feels like that a little bit, but the nice thing is the scenes that do feel like they're padded on or just trying to keep it going just a little bit longer are still so well crafted and have great suspense and camera work. This film is really well shot. It's really well staged. There's a lot of logic to it. There's not a whole lot of time. There might be a couple of times where it's why is she just gingerly walking behind them kind of thing, or stuff like that. You could also tell that these two are huge horror fans. There's definitely multiple nods to The Shining in this film, very obviously. And to a cinephile like myself who's watched so many movies, they're pretty obvious, but they're not obnoxious on the nose where it's just rolling your eyes at it. It's just a nice little addition to the film and just a slight little nod. And it's messy, it's reasonable, and it makes sense most of the time why these these young boys are able to hold their own against these adults. Lonnie Chavis, who plays young Randall in This Is Us, kills it in this film. He has a couple of moments where he finds disturbing things, or sees his friend in pain, and the emotion that he's able to portray in this film is great. And I'm you go, kid. And this film is very stripped down, meat and potatoes kind of thriller. It doesn't need a whole bunch of obnoxious plot twists and over-the-top things going on. This is an efficient and just nailing you thrill after thrill, scare after scare. It knows what it's trying to accomplish. It does it so very efficiently. And this is such a nice quality horror thriller. And I shouldn't be surprised, because it's from Shudder. And they know what they're doing. And these two young writer-directors, they really crafted something special here. There's a lot of suspense. There's some gross-out moments. And boy, did these kids hold their own. I'm Bobby kills it in this. And I really appreciated what they were going for in this film. And there's a lot of shocks and surprises along the way. And in terms of scares and thrills. So this is definitely a film that I recommend. If you're a fan of horror thrillers, you need to check this one out. And it's right on Shudder. And if you're a fan of horror thrillers and you don't have Shudder and you can afford it, what are you doing? Go check out all the wonderful content there, but this one should be one of the first ones. So really go check this film out. But those are my thoughts on The Boy Behind the Door. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.